put together a different idea of just when you hear tree, you see this one thing. When I hear tree, I see this other thing. That's how we're spiritual. That's how our mind works. That's the subjective experience, and that's what makes us unique individuals. And that's what we have to offer, and it's meaning. Once we establish separation from the fact or idea that we see the tree, when we see a tree and realize, holy shit, what you see when you hear tree, when I say tree, nobody else sees that, dude. That's your world. Nobody else lives in the world you're in right now. And you can't realize that if you don't realize that. You're a part of its story until you realize that you're the one writing it. And then you get to become the author. Right now you're authoring it, but there's no story. You haven't stopped and realized that and turned around and written it. You got to stop and realize you're in a story right now. You're in this world that nobody else lives in. You pass somebody on the road, dude, y'all are gone. Y'all are gone, you know. And that's been your whole life. And until you stop and turn around and write the story of your past, up to the point of realizing this, you know, it hasn't been written and you're a part of it, and you ain't gonna go anywhere other than there again. You're just So anyways, it's like the tail of the past, and it's following you, and it ain't gonna be cut off until you turn around and write it. Embody the understanding you put together from it. Draw a circle around it, and then you can find the present. You got to take a look at where you've been, or that's where you're going to go. Because when you take a look at where you've been as the past, after you word this story of your life up until the point of writing it, it's going to be in your way. You're going to find things that are the very things in your way. Misunderstandings, trauma dealt, you know, when you had high emotional experiences. You know, the most emotional experiences of your life that you've had are not forgotten, dude. Those are the very experiences that you remember. And just to kind of, you turn around and look at yourself, at your past, and see it. You go from being as it to with it. You go from being as the past of yours, all of those misunderstandings and all of that trauma, just projecting itself out into your life to make you try to sort it out through your experience and life circumstances as you blame other people and shit for that being the circumstances you live in, when it's not that, it's coming out of you. And you know, you've got holes and stuff, and you go from being as the past and now you're with it. Oh, I have a past. Okay, that's going from being as your subconscious mind, identified as your subconscious mind, to realizing you have a subconscious mind. That's consciousness. And now you're self-aware, and you're looking at yourself, and you're with yourself, have just been identified as it. That's called the ego. It's the self, identified subjectively as itself and your name, and you think you are your name. I'm gonna ask, who are you? Okay, that question is not, what is your name? Those are two different questions, you know? If I say, who are you? You gonna say your name? I mean, and you know, maybe if so, then that's where you are, and that's fine. And it, you know, that is how to identify yourself to some degree, but, you know, anyways, you're gonna be looking at that past of yours in the face until you sort through it and become okay with it. That is yourself. Become okay with yourself. Left looking at the things only you aren't okay with about yourself to get over. And then when you get over that, though, you can start being of your past through it. Dude, you get way better. You get way better at being, to look back and sum up everything you've learned, and as this understanding that you draw a circle around and now carry as filters that you perceive this world through, and can really start growing, dude. Everything, you know, nothing will change out there, and the whole world you're living in just drastically changes. It now has meaning. Everything has meaning and just color, and you see and understand things, and you've got so much space in your mind to make another understanding and to answer the question why. And that is fucking meaning, dude. Your answer to the question why, because as I said, nobody else has it. Nobody's living in that world you're seeing right now, dude. And if you can word it and show it like that's art and it's meaning for you, and it rings true in other people as meaning, and it's really what we have to offer as a unique individuals, being human, is our understanding, the world that we live in. What do we see when we look at something nobody else sees? Now, can you try to make somebody else see it?